Good afternoon, Chevra. Menachem, are we clear or choppy? Nice to see you, Menachem. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Atazai. Thank you, Srilly Rosenberg. Thank you for being. Let me unmute Srilly. Srilly, how are you?
I'm doing great, Rabbi. How are you? It's been a while.
Excellent. I'm happy to see you, Srilly. How's everything?
Everything's going great, Baruch Hashem.
I miss you a lot, Srilly. I miss you a lot. I can't wait to see you, Srills, in person.
Let's make it happen.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, we got to let's do that. Let's do that. We'll socially distance. Chanoi Hertz is here. Thank you. Grandma's here. Thank you. Ezra and Avi, have a very safe trip. Atazai. Excellent. Thank you, Viggy, for coming with the Chevra. Wow, the guys are here. Excellent. Matis, Meir, thank you, Chevra. Thank you. And I see Avi and Ezra, we're almost there. Fantastic. Okay, let us begin. Avi Velasquez, how's everybody feeling there? Good. Great, Grandma. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to start, Rabbi Say, today, the Chag that we're coming towards, and we've been talking about, of course, is Shavuot. And there are two fascinating aspects to the Chag that I want to mention briefly, and then get involved in really take a little bit of a turn and get involved in a discussion that I want to study, an important discussion today. The two aspects of the Chag are the very name of the Yontiv. The name of the Yontiv is fascinating. In Parshas Re'eh, Hashem calls it Vasisa Chag Shavuos L'Hashem Elokecha. Hashem calls the Yontiv Shavuos, weeks. Pashtus, the Shavuos means the weeks. And Hashem calls the Chag weeks. Now we know the Chag is one day. The Chag is not weeks at all, it's one day. And the Torah here calls it Chag HaShavuos, the Yontiv of weeks. And the question is, why is it called weeks? It's one day. And of course, the Yontiv's called weeks after the weeks that we count up to it. The weeks of Svira, today we're already getting closer and closer to the Chag. Manny, what day of the Omer is it? 40 days. Today is 40 days of the Omer, 5 weeks and 5 days. And we call it after the days leading up. What a strange name for a holiday is Shavuos, the days that lead up to this day. Instead of calling something more Yom Matan Torah Seinu, in Parshas Pinchas, Rabbi Sayed calls it even more interesting. In Parshas Pinchas, it says in Perek Chavches, Pasach Avav, U'b'yoyim ha'bikurim, v'akrivchem mincha chadash al Hashem, b'shvua seichem, in your weeks. It doesn't just call it the festival of weeks, it calls it Shvua seichem, your weeks. What's this expression, not just weeks, but your weeks? Question number one. Question number two, which fascinates me for many years, is that Pesach and Sukkot have mitzvahs. They have mitzvahs to grab onto. When one wants to chap arayin, the Yom Tov of Sukkot, there's precious mitzvahs to hold on to. There's the great mitzvah of sitting in a sukkah. And that's certainly that mitzvah, one can grab the Yom Tov through the mitzvahs hayom. There's the mitzvah of Lulav and Esrog, and you have a mitzvah to chap the day. On Pesach as well. On Pesach, there's a mitzvah d'oraisa not to eat chametz. There's a mitzvah d'oraisa of korban Pesach. There are many, many mitzvahs that we grab onto and chap around the day through the mitzvahs. Shavuos is so noticeably devoid of external expression. Shavuos is such a quiet holiday, such a quiet Yom Tov. It's true we have a minhag to stay up all night. We have a minhag, we eat cheesecake, fleishig, milk, beautiful minhagim. But as far as a mitzvah d'oraisa, There is a special korban in the Beis Hamikdash, it's true. There's a mitzvah d'oraisa of simcha. The only mitzvah d'oraisa you and I are going to have is simchas hachag. But it's so much less, the mitzvahs hayom are less than Pesach and Shavuot. I got Menachem Snyder, the family is so talented, and Gedalia is a tremendous artist. And Moshe and I had the opportunity to admire the art. Yesterday, Moshe and I were looking at Gedalia's amazing art. We were nishtaimim. If you haven't seen it, it's kedai to see. What a tremendous artist. So Gedalia, the Snyders will appreciate this. In Yeshiva of Waterbury, in the Beis Medrash, so the Beis Medrash was bought from Yidden who used to have the Beis Medrash before, and the windows had painted beautiful pictures of all the Chagim. There's a picture for Yom Kippur, a picture for Sukkot, a picture for Pesach. I've noticed on many of my space outs that there is no window for Shavuot. There's no window. They have every Chag represented: Rosh Hashanah, Shavuot, Rosh Hashanah, Pesach, Sukkot, Yom Kippur. There's no window for Shavuot. And they have no picture for Shavuot. There was no external mitzvah that they can grab onto the Chag. And perhaps we could say, Mendy, that Hashem both calls it Shavuot, and the fact that there's no mitzvahs hayom deraisa, but there is a mitzvah deraisa to count to the day. The counting to the day is a mitzvah deraisa. Perhaps, Rabbi say, what we can suggest is that the gift of Torah, that the greatest gift of our lives depends about the achana for the day. This great gift of Torah, that's a tremendous gift, but we have to be worthy. We have to have the right midos, the right achanos for Torah, and then we're the right kalim that can receive the gift. So the Chag is a very quiet Chag, and the Daraisa, the Mitzvah Chag, is the leading up to the Chag. The very name of the Yontiv is Shavuot, is the weeks before the Yontiv. Be meichen, make ourselves the proper kli. I'll be honest, I don't know if the answer completely satisfies me to either question, being honest, but that it matters to me that God called this day, this precious day, the day we receive our most precious gift of our lives, Hashem's Torah, He called it Shavuot, the weeks before. Perhaps what Hashem is saying to me and you, Chanoich, is this precious gift. We get many nice gifts in our life. Yehuda Gradko sent Yisrael Meir such a nice car, a remote control car. He's been playing with it for days. It was a gift to him and a gift to us, of course. This car that Yisrael Meir is loving and flying around the house. You have to come over, Chevra, and see it. Gav, come once to see Yehuda's gift. Beautiful gift. And I want to say, Chevra, that most gifts you get, you take the gift and it's geschmack. Yisrael Meir didn't need to prepare to use his remote control car. This gift that Hashem gives us on Shavuot, this remarkable gift, there's one, you write a guy in a mail, you tell him I'm about to, tomorrow night we're going to present the Ghooris. Tomorrow night on this Zoom, tomorrow night at 8:30, Wednesday night, there'll be a presentation to Chaim and Shlomo. They have been singing for us and inspiring us. So we have a gift we're going to present. We're going to show it to everybody Wednesday night. And then we're going to somehow send it to Chaim and Shlomo, a gift that we bought for them to really thank them for always lifting up the spirits, for always being so kind and generous with their many gifts. So we bought them a gift. Be'ez Hashem, tomorrow night at 8:30, before we begin, we'll do the presentation of the gift. But I want to say, Chevra, that most gifts, I'm not asking Chaim and Shlomo in the next 2 days, I'm going to hand you something, but prepare. You got to work on, this is a gift. We'll hand it to you, and I think you'll appreciate it. Your mama for sure will appreciate it. But most gifts, Rabbi say, most gifts, so you get it and you enjoy it. Shavuos, Aryeh Barnett, we have a gift from Hashem on Shavuos. He hands us a gift that he says, the name of this gift, the name of the day that you're gifted with this item, this most precious item in your life, the item that's going to completely change you, you, it's called weeks, which to me represent the word achana, preparation. It's weeks before, it's going to take work, and it's called after the time period before you get it. That's the name of the day of receiving that gift. Is Shavuot, is the weeks leading up. And the mitzvah of Shavuot is to count those weeks, to prepare, to be meichen, to get ready. We've been spending a lot of time thinking and talking about Achana for Kabbalah Satira, and it segues into the topic that I want to speak to the Chevra about. And if I can share this with everybody here, this is one of the most, when guys come to Yeshiva, when Avi Wolaski walked into Waterbury Chanoch, this Inyan is one of the most important Inyanim we study together, and one of the most important things, Chanoch, that I want to learn with the Chevra. Ein Beis Medrash B'li Chiddush. I'm going to add a nekuda today that I want you to hear. But David Levinger, I want to study as follows with the Chevra. In Avram Avinu had two huge missions in his life, and I want to speak about one barichus. Avram Avinu, two missions. We all know the Rambam, I'm going to read it a little bit, about Avram Avinu's passionate mission to bring the whole world to be closer to Hashem. And the Rambam speaks about it in Hilchos Avodas Kechavim, in Hilchos Avodas Zarah in Perek Aleph. The Rambam describes where the world gradually moved away from Hashem. And he describes there were Bnei Adam, Nevi'ei Sheker, false prophets got up, and they told them things that were Sheker. They told people to serve the stars and to bring karbanos to the stars, and they started bringing the world astray from Hashem. And he describes a whole world who just was perverted. Some bad people who perverted the masses, and he described over time a world that was just living wrong. And then he describes, derech zeh, in a very negative light, he describes Bnei Adam rebelling against their creator. And the world was getting worse and worse until it was born Amudai Shel Olam, the stand of the world, V'hu Avram Avinu. The Amud Olam was born Avram Avinu. When Avram Avinu was nigmal, he was weaned, maybe he stopped nursing. Esan Zeh, he's called Esan. Esan means the mighty one. When this mighty one started getting older, Hischa was shoitei pedaitai. He started swimming around in his mind. He started exploring. V'hu katan, he was a youngster, and he started to think b'yomu v'layla, day and night, and he was wondering, how can this world be noig and there's no manhig? How can you have such a beautiful world and there's no manhig? And he started thinking, who is running all this? Avram Avinu had no Rebbe. There was nobody who taught him. He was implanted between foolish Oivdei Avodah Zarah. His father and his mother, and the whole nation were all idol worshippers. And the Rambam says Avram Avinu was serving with them. He was serving Avodah Zarah. Like we said this Seder night. And his heart is thinking and clearing until he came to the truth. And he learned the kavat tzedek, and he learned the path of righteousness, from his clear intellect. He knew there was Hashem, and he knew about Hashem, and he starts serving Hashem. The Rambam describes when he was 40, he began this process of searching as a youngster, and when he was 40, Hikares Bayre recognized Hashem. Then he starts writing letters to the Bnei Orkastim and to start setting up debates with them and to teach them the truths of service of Hashem. It's only worthy of serving Hashem It's him it's worthy to bow down to and to bring karbanos. That's what he teaches them. He then starts the Hiskal Lamai the liquid the Kol Gadol Chola Olam. This idealist, this great idealist, starts teaching the whole world a beautiful system of service of Hashem, to teach them there's a God, he's traveling the world and teaching, and gathering people city after city, from kingdom to kingdom, until he came to Eretz Yisrael and called out Hashem's name there. And people would come and ask him many questions. And he would teach l'chol echad ve'echad kefi daita. He understood people, and he would teach everybody according to their das, until he brought them to the derech ha'emes, to service of Hashem, and a whole system of service of Hashem that Avram designed. And the Rambam says, Ad she'neskabsu, it gathered by Avram alpayim v'revavos, thousands and tens of thousands. The visual Avi Walaski we have as kids of Avram and Sarah, a little tent, and a couple of people hanging out there is not the truth. Is not the truth. Tens of thousands of people in a much smaller world. When it was much less, people did not get out as much. We didn't have the connections. It wasn't the small world. It was a large world. People came to Avram, tens of thousands. Kings, queens, princesses, nobles, simple people, everybody would come to Avram. He had a massive college of teaching Das Hashem that would attract tens of thousands of people. And they would come to Avram Avinu, v'shasal b'libam ha'ikar ha'gadol hazeh, and they would soak up the values that Avram Avinu taught them. V'chaber ba'asfarim, he wrote books. There were many svarim that came out of Beis Avram, and he taught these ways liyitzchak b'nai. So this is what the Rambam describes, and all of us know the great idealism of Avram spreading Das Hashem. Today, Rabbi, I want to talk about another aspect of Avram that doesn't get spoken about enough, and I want to talk about it today. The other aspect of Avram that's equal to this aspect, Yosef Sandler, and it doesn't get as enough airtime, and I want to share this with you and hope that Avram lights our fire as well. And I'm so thankful Chaim Schwartz sang the song Avram last night. But I want to light a fire, Ari Nachlan. I want to hear and talk Benny Stein about another aspect of Avram Avinu. And it goes like this, Chevra. In Bereshis, Perek Yudches, Pasuk Yudtes, it says, Ki yodativ. You know why I love, I'm reading Rashi's Pshat in the Pasuk. Ki yodativ. You know why I love Avram Avinu? And shockingly, Avram's big role that he taught Das Hashem to an entire world. He was mekarev tens of thousands of human beings to bring them close to God. Shockingly, that doesn't say that's why Hashem loved Avram. Ki yodativ. You know why I love Avram? L'man asher yitzav es banav es beisai achrav, because he commanded his children and his family after him, his wife and children. And it says three things. What did he work on his family and children? V'shamru derech Hashem. Those three words are going to be the main topic of our conversation today. Shamru derech Hashem, to keep the way of Hashem. Doesn't say what it is. Lasa stako mishpat. Now one could think that the derech Hashem is Lasa stako mishpat. We'll see that's not how the Rambam learns in a few minutes. He taught his family three things. Stako mishpat means kindness, care about the next person. Umishpat means Torah. He taught them the laws of Hashem. Torah was not given yet, but Avram through his chachma figured out how Hashem wants us to serve him. A system of mishpat. He happened to have kept the mitzvahs Hashem. He was mechaven to tefillin, to tzitzis, to Shabbos Kodesh, but he taught a system of mishpat. and he trained his family, tzedakah umishpat, justice, din, mitzvahs Hashem, and tzedakah, kindness. What is v'shamru derech Hashem? And by the way, this is why Hashem loved Avram. Amazingly, if we ask why did Hashem love Avram, he was the greatest idealist in the world. But all the idealism out of his home, the tens of thousands that he brought closer to Hashem, this pasuk says that that's not the main reason Hashem loved Avram. The main reason is because mechanech his family, because of what he did in his home. And in his home, he taught them three things. Shamru derech Hashem, which I've never told Manny. I've never shared with Yaakov. What does Vishamru derech Hashem mean? And tzedakah and mishpat. So today, Mayor Davidson, I want to learn with you, what does it mean, Vishamru derech Hashem? And Hashem loved Avram for this. Let us study this together, Dovi Franken. So where we're going to look is we're going to look in a Rambam, Rabbi say. We're going to look in a Rambam. The Rambam's in Hilchas Deis. The Rambam's in Hilchas Deis, Perek Aleph, and it's really the whole Perek Aleph. But we're going to specifically learn at the end of Halacha Zayin, Hilchas Deis. The Rambam in Hilchas Deis describes how a person has to work on good midos. It's called the golden means in English, the derech hamemutza, the middle path, to be a balanced person, to be a person who's generous, on the one hand, very generous, giving to others, but not somebody who's mechalim money, not somebody who just squanders money, who's also careful with money. Balance, to work on midas taivas, to really perfect Yosef Sandler on midas. And the Rambam in Hilchas Deis speaks about a person working not to have kas, to remove anger, savlanus, patience, midas taivas. At the end of the discussion on midas, he says that this mitzvah to have good midas is a mitzvah daraisa. What's the mitzvah daraisa? V'alachta b'drachav, to be godly. And he says, just like Hashem is chanun, is so gracious, be a chanun. A chanun is somebody who looks at people and likes them. It doesn't discuss what you do for people. It's a chanun. It's gracious. It's somebody who just has a good feeling about people. To be a chanun like Hashem, to be a rachum like Hashem, to be a kadosh like Hashem. This is the mitzvah daraisa, to have good midos. To be daimet to Hashem, mahu chanun and rachum and kadosh, is the mitzvah daraisa, to work on our midos. Says the Rambam amazingly, he says at the end, he says this is called derech Hashem. Since Hashem is completely perfect, midas taivas are called derech Hashem. And when it says Avram Avinu taught his children, when it says Shamru derech Hashem, it meant midas taivas, to have good midas. He worked on his children to have good midas. That's what it means. So Avram Avinu taught them three things: good midas, to work out our midas, more patient, more calm, more loving, more accepting, better midas. He taught his children. V'shamru derech Hashem midas. Lasai stuck as well, to do acts of kindness, umishpat, and to uphold law, to learn Torah and live Torah. This is what Avram Avinu taught his family. Why did Avram Avinu teach us his family? It says openly in the pasuk, "L'man havi Hashem al Avram es asher diber lov." And this is the main point of today's conversation, Rabbi said. Yosef Sandler, Avram Avinu was consumed with the following mission. Avram Avinu was Mekarev the world for certain, but he also wanted, and a huge drive of Avram was to build a family that's worthy of Kirbas Hashem. L'man havi Hashem al Avram. Rashi says Avram means Beis Avram, on the spot in Parshas Vayera. It says Avram because the house that comes from us is called after us. L'man havi Hashem al Avram es asher divrei lo. in order for Hashem to bring on Avram that which Hashem spoke, to bring on Avram, on the base Avram, like this, Rabbi said. If somebody, look at your screen, Yosef Sandler, what do you see? Beautiful Yidden. Look at the lighter, brothers. Beautiful Yidden, Rabbi say. If you would relate the story of our people, we come from this amazing person, Avram, and good things happen to good people. So here, Avram Avinu was such a good man. Look at Morty Levovitz. Look at the Chevra Noach Klitnik. Beautiful. So here's a good person. And from a good person, wow, it's so nice when good things happen to good people. That's not the story, my friends. The story of Avram Avinu is a man who was working to have a family that's worthy of being loyalist to Hashem. When Hashem told Avram Avinu in his 70s, did I mention to you that you've been serving me for many, many, many decades? I'm going to give you Olam Haba. Avram Avinu was told in his 70s, I don't know if I ever mentioned Avram, you're getting eternal reward for all you've done. And Avram Avinu was very happy about that schar, very, very happy. But then he says to Hashem, I don't want that, I want something more. Give me children. I want a family because I'm a loyalist to you, Hashem. Ezi, I so appreciate you're here. I'm a loyalist, said Avram, and I want children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren that are going to be loyalists to you, Hashem. And he said, worth more than all of eternal rewards, which Avram certainly got, is I want descendants. He prayed for me and you, and him and her. He prayed for us all. He prayed for you, and I'm talking to you. He prayed for you. And Avram Avinu said, I want descendants that are loyalists to Hashem. And then Avram Avinu, as much as Avram Avinu went out there being the car of the world, Avram Avinu taught his family midas, because for Hashem to be shuir on the Jewish people, we need midas taivas. The Shamru derech Hashem, the Rambam learns midas. He taught his family and demanded special midas. It is obvious to me and fascinating to me that it doesn't say he taught the world midas taivas. He had different demands of midas to his family, to the people that were going to be the Am Hashem, the loyalists to Hashem. There was a much sharper demand of midas. Of course, he taught midas to the world. He taught them Das Hashem, which includes midas. But there was a special hadgasha on his family that he demanded and brought out. V'shamru derech Hashem, l'man havi Hashem al Avram asher divrei lov. You're going to be the people of Hashem, to be worthy of Ashras Hashchina. You're going to be the nation that's Mekabel the Torah, which is Bechinas Ashras Hashchina. For the Shchina to be shuir on the person, it needs midas taivas. When we work now, and Hashem put us with our families as a preparation for Kabbalah Torah, when we're more patient, more loving, more understanding of our sister, of our spouse, of our child, of our parents, when we work out our midas with great effort, is a achana for Kabbalah Torah, to be close to Hashem, to have Ashras Hashchina, which the greatest kirvas Hashem we can have is Torah. Torah is through Limud Torah, living Torah. That the Ramchal says that kirvas Hashem is hein mitzvahs, is through the mitzvahs. Torah, living Torah, learning Torah, which brings kirvas Hashem. But tonight that Torah can do that is midas taivas. And Avram Avinu, who had a passionate drive to raise a family that were loyalists to Hashem, so the first thing he taught his family is Shamru derech Hashem, which the Rambam says pshat. Shamru derech Hashem means midas taivas. He taught his family to be noyeg with midas taivas, in order that then if there's midas taivas, we can have Ashras Hashchina. This is what Avram Avinu taught his family and worked hard with his family on midas taivas. The Rambam says these midas that are so developed and worked out in every area to be a shalom b'midas, to be somebody who's wholesome in midas, this is the only way to have Ashras Hashchina. We studied this before, Rabbi say, it fascinates me. Up to the Mizbeach. The Mizbeach represents the place of Kirvas Hashem. And climbing up to the Mizbeach, we know there were no steps up to the Mizbeach. There's a ramp. Now there's no halacha, you're not allowed to walk up steps. We walk up every morning. I walk down steps. Every night I go up the steps to our upper floor. There's nothing wrong, Rabbi said, walking up steps. Steps are wonderful. Steps are wonderful. Me and Yitzi race love ladders. Yet up to the Mizbeach, there was no step, there was no ladder, it was a ramp. The ramp spoke. The ramp talked. You know what the ramp said? When you walk up a ramp, you can take very small steps. When you walk up a ladder or steps, you have to spread out your feet. Now, when you spread out your feet, the Chaim's in a robe, it's a little bit of a bizayon to that which is underneath him, because his feet are spread out. It's a little bit of a bizayon. Now, the steps don't mind at all. The steps don't get insulted. Steps don't get insulted. But it's meant to shout. If you have to care about the honor of steps, be careful with the honor of another person. Be careful with the honor of another human being. And that's what the ramp up to the Mizbeach shouted. It was a sign for the sophisticated person, which is how Hashem always talks, because he wants us to be sophisticated people. And this ramp said, Rabbi say, be careful with another human being's kavod, with another human being's honor. And the question is, I'm about to go up to the Mizbeach. Why is that the sign here? It seems so not such a non sequitur. No shaykhus. No shaykhus. I'm going up. Me and God. I'm going to bring a korban on the Mizbeach Hashem. Why would the ramp scream at me, be careful with other people's feelings? What's going on here that has a message of caring with other people's feelings? The Chaim speaks at length, Rabbi say, that the Torah says 3 times Valachta b'drachav. And each time Valachta b'drachav, the Rambam says means good midos. And the Chaim says it before Yirah Shamayim, after Yirah Shamayim, before Avas Hashem, and before Dveikus Hashem. Rabbi say good midos. For any madrega of Kirvas Hashem, a person has to have midos tovos. Hashras Hashchina, the Shchina shuir on a person who has midas tovos. The Torah is the greatest gift of our lives, but the impact is depending the type of kli we make to receive this gift. This is a very unique gift. It's the most important gift of our lives, but shucks, there's a caveat. There's one tanai to this gift. You have to work on our midas to receive the gift. The gift of Torah is a gift of Ashras Hashchina, of being close to Hashem, of doing Hashem's mitzvahs, of studying Hashem's Torah. But the Tanai, to be connected to this gift, to be impacted by the gift, to be elevated by the gift, we need midas tovos. We need to work on ourselves. The ramp up to the Mizbeach, to the place of Kirvas Hashem, spoke about a person caring about the kavod of the Zulas. The ramp said, Valachta b'drachav, work out your midas, work out your interactions with others. I'm fascinated, Rabbi say, all the time we go off to yeshiva to learn. We put aside our family, our spouses, and we learn Torah. Hashem said, no, Sari, you're learning in your house. What? My house, there's this. There's so much to deal with in my house. God, did you ever meet my sibling, my this? There's so in my house. But the path to Torah, the path up to Har Sinai, the path up the Mizbeach involves be a good brother to your sister. That's the path. Midas tovos, to be a savlan, to be a patient person, to be a generous person, to be a kind person, to be a compassionate person, to be a chanun, to be gracious, to be a giving, gentle, caring. Just that's what it demands to get Kirvas Hashem. The holiday, that's the name of the holiday, If we had to say it in other words, when we receive the precious gift of Torah, is be meichen for this gift. Work on your midos. Prepare for this gift. Be a person who can be impacted and changed and elevated by this gift. That is the name. Avram Avinu was busy being mechanech his family. Avram Avinu was thinking about, was driven to raise a certain type of family as we should be. I try as best as I can to speak to Chassanim before their chasnas and tell them to really start thinking the day of their chasna well before L'zos Yispalu Kol Chassav Leis Mitzay. Well before a person should think about this. But certainly on the day of their chasna, thinking a dream about having children and grandchildren, just to have a precious family of sincere servants of Hashem. It was Avram Avinu's passion and dream. And as driven as he was for his mission out of the home, of being Mekar of the world, was as driven as he was for his passion in the home to raise a family that are loyalists to Hashem. But there's a condition for this kirvus Hashem. For this closeness to Hashem, the condition is midas tovos. And of course, we have to teach our family midas tovos. I'm always thankful to my precious Tata that I think about when I was a youngster, he never forced me to learn Torah, me or my siblings. He never forced us to pray, never, never. We were never forced to pray. We were never forced to learn. We learned Abbas HaTorah from observing him. We learned to drive for prayer from observing him. But midas tovos, whoa, to talk pleasantly to each other, that was enforced. To have respect, that was enforced. Midas tovos, something that we have to produce in the home. But of course, the main way of producing it is by working on ourselves. Shviris hamidas. We're born to work on ourselves. We want ashras hashchina. We have to make ourselves capable of ashras hashchina. More savlanus, more patience, more ayin tov, to work on becoming better midas. This is what Avram was driven. V'shamru derech Hashem, that his family should have good midas, which is called derech Hashem. It's called the way of Hashem. Mahu afata, to be godly, to be a developed, sophisticated person, who's sincere, who's authentic, who's worked out. That is all the tzivui of v'shamru derech Hashem. So I say to the Olam Rabbi, we're headed straight for that precious Chag, that beautiful day of that awesome gift of Torah, which we study and we love the psukim of Torah. Let us keep this Avram Avinu, our father, who was fire and pushing his family, encouraging a beautiful mishpacha, who raised us, who produced us and dreamt of us. We are the children he dreamed of. He thought of us, dreamt of us. Well before I knew that eighth day song, I always said to myself, and I told people I'm close to, that the question of our lives is when Tchias HaMesim happens, is Avram! Is I want him to know me. I want him to say, yeah, this is what I was talking about. That he was dreaming of loyalists to Hashem. And in order to produce a family of loyalists, he taught them midas tovos. He taught them tzedakah, to be generous and give. He taught them mishpat. He taught them a system of Torah, to learn it and to live it. But he taught them midas tovos. So Rabbi say in we have another, we're under 2 weeks now. It's 40th day of the Omer. We have a week and a half left, Rabbi say. Let us be mechazik in our home with a tremendous effort towards Kabbalas HaTorah. We've been handed an opportunity of our lifetime. We've been handed a unique opportunity to really resolve, to work on things. We want to climb up to the top of the Mizbeach, to get kirvus Hashem. But let's remember that the steps up to the Mizbeach taught a person. Be kind, be gentle, be nice. Be a nice person to your siblings. Be nice to your spouse. Be loving, be understanding, be appreciative, be supportive. Be a person who can encourage the next person. Be a nurturing person. A nurturing person. Let it be in your presence. People around you just grow, just develop. People flourish in your presence. Create ourselves to be such a person. Every step up towards God, every step up to Ruch Nistik Madregas. We want Yeras Hashem, Abbas Hashem, Dveikus Hashem, requires Valachta B'drachav, requires midas taivas, requires strengthening good midas. So my bracha, Rabbi, say to us all, to all of us, my bracha is that we should be zeicher, climb that ladder, but remember the ramp. We like ladders, but today we're thinking about ramps. Climb that ladder towards Hashem. Steig in Torah, learn a lot of Torah, daven beautifully. Remember, all ladders up to Hashem have to contain midas taivas. I want to share something with you. There was always a shaila on planes if you should daven with a minion. Chaim, Ghoori, I want to share something personal with you. There was always a shaila on a plane. The daven with a minion on the plane. An old shaila that many of us have encountered. And there's a halachic shaila, and you have to different poskim. What I understood, Rabbi said, I couldn't go to that minion. That minion, I would sit in my seat, and from my seat, I would daven at the same time as the minion, try to answer the Dvarim Shebekdusha from my seat. But that minion, there's a lady who needs to use the facilities, and it blocks her to use the facilities. There's a steward who's paid to deliver drinks. She's supposed to give out cakes to everybody on the plane, and she can't do her job. My path to Hashem can't run over. It's not supposed to. The ladder up to the Mizbeach said respect another human being. I can't run over a human being and say that after I run up, I'll be on the top of the Mizbeach. My minion can't destroy another human being. It cannot sign. It can't be. It's halachic shaila. And la halacha to not pashut. If the minion is disturbing many others, not pashut at all. It must be thought through. Always we must remember the path up the Mizbeach. We're climbing, and we want to pray and learn and steig. But it can't be, I forget the ramp. It can't be. To me, I wonder, those minyanim, I'm walking to Hashem, but maybe those are steps up to Hashem. You're not allowed to walk up steps to Hashem. It doesn't work. Steps up to Hashem, a ramp, something which says, be careful, tizaher, be careful with the covet of another person. Be careful with the feelings of another person. Midas taivas, shamru derech Hashem. This is what Avram Avinu taught his family and demanded from his mishpacha. He demanded from his family. In all different communities, we're all figuring out minyanim, outside, inside, and we have to ask our leaders, the Rabbanim, what the halachos are. We have to find out the halachos. And Rabbanim will consult. The doctors don't decide that's Torah, chas v'shalom. But a doctor says the medical information, and that's all, the medical information. And then we have leaders, we have tzaddikim, we have gedolim, who will take the medical information given by doctors, and then they'll process. We have big gedolim who will paskin for Klal Yisrael. But this nekuda, Rabbi say, in this, all the decisions towards Das Hashem, towards the connection to Hashem, v'shamru derech Hashem, it must cheshbon out midas taivas. So this is the opportunity in front of us all. I want to thank the Olam for being here today. I want to thank all the guys for being here today, and wish us all, Rabbi said, let's all be meichen, let's be emes prepared. What a achana. If 1 minute, if one time we're more patient with one statement from somebody in our bunker, that's already achana for Kabbalas HaTorah. Now you're shaykh to Shavuot. You're shaykh to the days before. This day of this great gift is called after the achanas. If we spend 3 minutes thinking, one minute, 3 different days in the next 10, thinking about midas taivas, about working on ourselves to be a proper kibbul for Torah that we want to learn and we want to become a ben Torah, that is something precious. Then we're shaykh to Shavuos, we're shaykh to the day. I thank the guys a lot, Tzvieli, for coming. I definitely want to hear. I'm unmuting the Ghooris. Chaim and Shlomo, do I have you very curious what the gift is?
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful gift. I think it's beautiful. Yitzi Reis, I'm excited to show it to you. It is late at night, but 8:30 tomorrow night.
Is that a hint?
We have to show it then. Kobe, you'll like it, I think. On behalf of the whole Chav, we're going to present the beautiful gift to the Ghooris. tomorrow night at 8:30. I so appreciate all the chesed you've been giving us. It's tremendously, tremendously appreciated. Are we clear? It says Yitzi Race, are we clear? Let me unmute. Yitzi Race, you're unmuted. Yitzala, do you have a certain song you want me to ask Shlomo and Chaim to sing?
Maybe Anam's Mirais?
Wow. Okay, I'll ask them. Thank you, Yitzla. Where is Yehuda near you?
Could be.
If you and him can sing a song next, you think it will come out clear? I hope. Let's try. Now I can't hear.
I'm gonna go find.
He has a beautiful, he does that Shema Yisrael. I liked a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Any song, he has a beautiful Shema Yisrael.
Okay,
See if he's. I'll ask the Ghooris to do a song, and then we'll see if you found Yehuda. Hello, Chaim. Hello, Shlomo.
Couldn't Rabbi hear us well?
Oh, I can hear you. Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Chaim. Thank you, Shlomo. That was gorgeous. Yeah. I'm happy we did that. Mayor Pollock got to hear. Thank you, Chaim and Shlomo. Yitzi, were we successful in finding Yehuda?
Successful. He's right here. Right, Yehuda? You're right here?
Excellent, excellent. Then we're gonna find out if Menachem Snyder might go today also. This is like real Brothers Day. Yehuda, thank you.
In honor of.
You get to pick the song. It could be Shema Yisrael that you made up or any other song.
I'll go with that one. Shema Yisrael it is.
Thank you. I'm going to mute. I want to listen to you guys.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, take it away. All right. Hello. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Machusay Le'olam Moed Baruch Shem Kivayt Machusay Le'olam Moed Baruch Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Baruch Shem Kivayt Machusay Le'olam Moed Baruch Shem Kivayt Machusay Le'olam Moed
Wow. You knocked it out of the park, Yehuda. Thank you. Thank you, Yitzla and Yehuda. Outstanding. Yehuda, come back on another day to do more songs. We need you, Yehuda.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you, Yitzla. Thank you. Have a great night, Yehuda and Yitzi. I like Rabbi say, us, look out your window. It's light. For them, it's dark. Know somebody else's perspective. Good night, Yitzla. Good night, Yehuda. Let's find out. Menachem Snyder, is today the lucky day? I unmuted you.
What's up? How are you, Rabbi?
What's
Excellent.
up,
How are you and Gedalia? Nice to see the brothers. What a brother day.
Yeah,
Gedalia, do you have
Srilly.
any night? Srilly's on. Srilly's in a
We
car.
have him here in person.
You have any nice picture to show the guys?
Everything's in my studio.
Okay. Is today the day that we hear Menachem, we hear you sing?
Yeah, we're gonna do a good oldie.
We want to hear it. You're on. I'm muting. You're both on. Thank you, Menachem. Thank you.
Ready?
Yeah.
L'mancha Elokeinu Asher v'loilanu Oirei Amidoseinu Oidalim Vereikim Oilemancha Elokeinu Asher v'loilanu Oirei Amidoseinu Oidalim Vereikim Oya Nishama Oirei Agu Vipala Echusa Oya Amala Oya
You were worth the wait, Menachem and Gedalia. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Thank you, Menachem. Thank Gedalia. Beautiful. Beautiful melody, beautiful harmonies. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Really, I really appreciate. You'll tell me when the next time. We certainly want more, Menachem Gedalia. Thank you. We'll get Srolls in on the action next time.
Yeah, next time we gotta get him on.
Excellent, fantastic. Yonatan, Yonatan, how are you?
Hey, Rabbi.
Great to see you. When are you going to play us a song, Yonatan?
I don't think that's a good idea.
You play guitar, right?
No, my brother does. I don't.
Okay, you'll bring your brother on. Thank you, Yonatan.
Gladly.
Thank you. I stole your flex line, Yonatan. Thank you, Yonatan. Thank you. Rabbi Say, thank you very much for coming today. At 8:30 tonight will be the Avay Shir. There's an 11th grade meeting. There's some 11th graders here. I see Momo Ringo's here. Thank you, Momo Ringo, for being here. There's an 11th grade meeting at 10 o'clock tonight, Momo. At 8:30, Be'ezeh Hashem, there will be the normal Avay Shir. I am working on bringing on, hopefully tomorrow we'll have a very chashuv, a surprise guest tomorrow at 2. And tomorrow night at 8:30 Wednesday night, we will present Chaim and Shlomo with a gift for all that they have done for us this entire period. I don't want to call it a day before we say hello to Matt. So let me find him. Matt, how are you?
Amazing. That was really beautiful. The whole share, all the singing, and specifically Menachem's haircut. I'm thinking myself of cutting off half of these klippos on my head.
You have very
You're
nice
right.
hair, Baruch Hashem.
I
Baruch
got to
Hashem.
cut it off. The klippos have been around for too long.
I want you to know how much it meant. You're singing the other night that the family members of Danny Vazelberg texted me. I'm going to send you to the text how much chizuk they got. So I really want to thank you, Matt, for
Look at that.
being
We
here and
never know
lifting us
who.
up.
Amen. Thank you. We never know who we're influencing. That's huge. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Rabbi.
Yeah, I'm going to send it. I owe you. I'm going to send the text to you.
Wow.
Have an outstanding day, Rabbi Say. Kol Tov, Rabbi Say. Thank you so much.
Let's go!
Early Ruben.
Oh, not.
Why do you have the hottest?
Good morning. Already at Strawley.
Why the saddest family ever?
Can't hear anything.
We're the only ones not muted.
I'm sorry?
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. There he is.
I've lost it.
I'm the only one on? All right, well, we'll do this a little bit till we get cut off. la 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 la. En Kadonenu, en Kemokeinu, en Kemoshienu. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, hi, la. Yo, yes, that was good dancing with the boys. Yehuda, yes, good singing. I love you
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Ruben and Helen. Let's
Rabbi plays on